Welcome, Wrestling Warriors. You're tuned into Wrestle Watch Central, your daily dose of WWE. Hit that bell, and let's get started. What unfolded on AEW Dynamite was more than chaos. It was a shift in gravity. Power changed hands. Lines were redrawn. The kind of ending that forces everyone in the locker room to reassess where they stand. One match concluded, but its consequences detonated long after the bell rang. The audience felt it instantly. This was not resolution, this was ignition. Alliances were tested under pressure, violence replaced hesitation, and by the final image, one man stood holding the future in his hands. Moments like this redefine eras, not because of spectacle alone, but because of what they set into motion. AEW did not simply close a show, it opened a new chapter that will ripple through every rivalry, every title picture, and every uneasy partnership going forward. No pause, no mercy. After the bell rang, but peace never arrived. Before the ring could settle, Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada struck without warning. There was no hesitation, no debate, no need for justification. This was premeditated violence. The Young Bucks barely had time to register what was happening before fists, knees, and forearms crashed down on them. Precision replaced chaos. The attack was surgical, brutal, and intentional. This was not an emotional outburst, it was an execution. The Bucks tried to cover, tried to roll away, but there was nowhere to go. Every escape was cut off. Every attempt to recover was punished. The message was immediate and unmistakable. The war was far from over, and mercy was not on the menu. Takeshita's fire ignites the assault. Takeshita led the charge with relentless aggression. His strikes carried frustration, ambition, and a hunger that refused to be contained. Raging fire connected once, then again, each impact louder than the last. He moved with purpose, cutting angles, denying space. This was not wild offense. It was controlled destruction. Takeshita wasn't trying to steal attention. He was trying to erase resistance. The Young Bucks absorbed punishment that would have ended lesser competitors. Every strike pushed the situation closer to catastrophe. Takeshita's role was clear: overwhelm, dominate, and make an example. He wasn't interested in statements made through words. His message was written in bruises and broken momentum. Okada's cold precision takes over. Then Okada stepped forward, and the tone shifted again. His presence slowed everything down, not out of mercy, but out of inevitability. He surveyed the wreckage with calm detachment. No wasted movement, no unnecessary flourish. The Rainmaker landed flush, dropping one buck instantly. Okada didn't celebrate. He didn't pause. He lined up again. Another Rainmaker followed, heavier, sharper, final. In that moment, the ring became a battlefield ruled by certainty. Okada did not need chaos to dominate. He needed timing. His strikes carried the authority of a man who knows exactly who he is and what he represents. This wasn't anger. This was enforcement. A statement, not a beatdown. This was never about revenge or impulse. What unfolded was a declaration. Takeshita and Okada weren't just attacking bodies. They were attacking status. The Young Bucks weren't chosen at random. They were symbols, pillars, targets meant to send a message across the entire company. This wasn't about humiliation. It was about hierarchy. The ring told the story clearly. Dominance was being claimed. The violence was methodical, intentional, and deeply personal in its implications. Everyone watching understood what this meant. If this could happen to the Bucks, it could happen to anyone. The power balance in AEW was no longer theoretical. It was being enforced in real time. Respect and tension. Between two forces, as the damage was done, Takeshita and Okada stood face to face. No strikes followed, no words were exchanged. Just a moment. The crowd felt it instantly. Respect layered with unresolved tension. Two forces aligned by circumstance, not loyalty. This wasn't friendship. It was acknowledgement. Each man understood the other's threat, their ambition, their inevitability. The silence said more than violence ever could. This alliance, however temporary, was dangerous precisely because of that understanding. They didn't need to prove anything to each other. They already knew. and that knowledge made what came next feel inevitable. The cleaner returns with authority. Then everything exploded. Kenny Omega stormed down the ramp like a man possessed, gripping a broom with purpose etched into every step. This wasn't nostalgia. This wasn't symbolism for the sake of it. This was the cleaner returning in full force. Omega didn't hesitate. One swing cleared space. Another forced retreat. Takeshita backed away. Okada followed. Not out of fear, but calculation. Omega stood between them and the fallen Bucks, daring anyone to test him. The crowd erupted because they recognized the moment instantly. This wasn't just a save. This was a reassertion. Kenny Omega was reminding everyone exactly who he is when everything is on the line. The ring clears, the message lingers. The heels exited, not defeated but satisfied. Their point had been made. Omega stood tall, breathing heavy, eyes locked forward, refusing to blink. The Bucks struggled to their feet behind him, battered but unbroken. The ring was littered with aftermath, evidence of what had just occurred. Officials rushed in, trying to restore order, but order felt irrelevant. The damage was already done. What mattered now was what came next. The war had lines. The sides were forming, and no one believed this was finished. Not after violence like that. Not after stares like those. The prize changes hands. Then came the moment that shifted everything. The referee retrieved the bag, the prize everyone fought for. $1 million. Power, leverage, opportunity. He handed it directly to Kenny Omega. Omega looked down at it, understanding its weight beyond money. This wasn't just a reward. It was influence. It was control. It was the ability to dictate futures. Omega didn't celebrate wildly. He absorbed the moment. The Bucks joined him, standing shoulder to shoulder, bruised, exhausted, victorious, the elite reunited in purpose, if not perfection. The crowd erupted as the bag was raised, not as a symbol of greed, but of survival and supremacy. The beginning of a new war. As the camera faded, one truth was undeniable. This was not an ending. It was a declaration of war. The power structure in AEW had shifted, but it hadn't settled. Kenny Omega now holds leverage that changes everything. Takeshita and Okada have made it clear they are not finished. Alliances will fracture, loyalties will be tested, titles will feel the pressure. This moment will echo forward, shaping decisions and fueling conflicts yet to come. History won't remember this night for a single match, but for what it unleashed. A new war has begun in AEW, and nothing will be the same once it reaches its conclusion.